Glad to get to 1-0. It's all, you can't get to 2-0. So we did that. Really good first half, kind of tale of two games. Really liked how we played defense in the first half, how we ran the ball. They were playing pretty safe on defense. We checked the ball down. We were efficient. And then the second half, we gave up too many yards on defense, but then still, kept the ball in front of us. Did a really good job rushing the passer there at the end, and played some really good defense with a lot of new guys in there. Offensively, the second half was miserable. 3 turnovers, including a snap on the ground, and so that's really disappointing. Obviously we have a high standard of how we expect to play around here, and so the goal is to get to 1-0, but we need to improve a lot. So we'll turn it into a positive over the next 24 hours, because sometimes when you play great in the first game, then they don't listen to you and think that we got everything figured out. So as much as it's painful to watch, it's good sometimes. So we have their attention that we got to improve. We got to do better.
Coach, just your comments on Zach Evans and Quinshon Judkins running the football. I mean, they certainly look good from where we were.
Yeah, they did. This may sound strange, but when we get up 28-3, and things are going well, really wanted to see if we could establish some passing game for the future of the season and the confidence, of our players in the passing game and the quarterback and receivers. And so, we would have normally probably ran the ball more, in that third, early fourth quarter. But those guys were, looked really special, all 3 running backs. And, Q, I asked him if he was just angry at the whole state of Alabama or something, because, he ran angry today, and he's a special freshman.
Lane, how would you evaluate Jackson Dart's performance today?
I thought he was doing really well until the last 2 series. An interception, take 3 hitches in the red zone, and that is exactly, what he knows has been his issue. Is not speeding things up and understanding the timing of our passing game and not getting away with, those throws. Those don't work. Certainly they don't work in this conference coming up. So, but he was doing a really good job till then, and that's what I'm talking about. We would have probably got the turnover. We'd have probably ran it because they really weren't stopping us running the ball, but, wanted to work on that. And these guys were playing soft, and he needed to check the ball down, which he had done a good job earlier doing that. And then, his last play, the third down, easy conversion there, missing the receiver. Those are 2 series right there that, could have resulted in 2 touchdowns. So until then, he was doing a really good job.
Just broadly, Lane, what is his learning curve and this entire offense's learning curve from what you saw today? I probably saw 4 or 5 times where you stuck your hands up for touchdown and the ball fell flat or something. Just how close is this team to being where it needs to be?
We were watching closer. I always do that. They just don't work a lot of times. They just video the ones that work. So, we had some coverages. We had some like the one to JJ where we're audible and to a look, and we just barely missed it. So that's kind of been the story of camp on the deep passing game. Just been there and just been a little bit off some days, and it was obviously not an explosive passing day, long play of whatever, 18, 20 yards, whatever it was. So 22 yards long completion of the day. So we got to hit some of those, and otherwise we just got to run people out of it.
Been some reports about maybe Luke getting next week after Jackson got this week. Do you have any idea of what the plan is, or is that still kind of unsettled?
No, that was the plan, that they knew. Talked to both of them and just said, hey, this thing is so even, not really fair for us just to pick one, because it's so even and we need to see a play. It was NFL, that's why they have preseason games. And so we said we were going to go first with one today and then first with the other one. Luke will go first next Saturday. And I just didn't want to do the one game thing, because, I wanted them to both play in both and both have a chance to start and both have a chance to come off the bench. This didn't go ideally in the second half, the way that we liked with those last two series with Jackson. Really was going to switch after the series with Jackson, but he threw the interception, and you guys have been around me. I don't like pulling him after that. I wanted to give him another chance, so that wasn't his last, feeling of the day. And then we didn't, we weren't very efficient there, and the game ended.
Coach, got a lot of new coaches on your staff. How did the sideline operation, communication with the press box, all that go today?
Kind of like the players, some really good and some stuff to work on. Did not like the special teams stuff today at all. Took penalties, didn't have guys out there. So that was discouraging, and we got things to work on, players and coaches.
Lane, Khari Coleman with 8 tackles, 5 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. Just watching him defensively, what was your assessment of him today?
Yeah, I thought he looked great. Made a lot of explosive plays and really did some things rushing, which is what he had done before at TCU. So that was great to see. I thought our linebackers, which were the biggest question outside the quarterback on our team, played really well today, which was awesome to see. And that equivalent, everybody wants to see the quarterbacks play good. That equivalent defensively was the same thing, to see the linebackers that are all basically new play really well.
Coach, what did you think of your defense overall, dovetailing off of that, given how they performed last year and just starting the season off pretty much with a bang?
Yeah, I thought they played really well, especially with the new parts. And we played conservative once we got up, which was the right thing to do. And our D-line came through with some rushes, and we kept the ball in front of us. Really was not many big plays, period, in the passing game, either side. So that was kind of the key once we got up, was as long as we don't give a big play, we're gonna be all right. And then again, we're playing to win the game. So, we're running the clock out on punt team, with whatever, 3.5, 4 minutes. And playing safe on defense to win the game. We're up by 3 scores.
Depth was up and talked about, especially on defense all camp, and it was kind of evident as quickly as you were rotating guys in and out in that first half. Just kind of your eye test of how that went, and I guess conditioning-wise, how did everybody kind of come out from doing that?
Seemed good. Now, that's not, a real ultimate test, because that's a team huddling, playing really slow, and, a new offense, pro style. So, we're going to have much bigger tests from a conditioning standpoint and an offensive standpoint.
Going off that, a lot of rotation on the offensive line, a lot more than your past 2 years here. Is that just a product of having more bodies, or were you trying to test something out?
No, one was an injury with the left tackle that was out, and then he came back in, then he went out again. So, that's why there ended up being a double switch there.
Anything else for Coach?
And you're fast cutting them off today, huh?
Obviously, first game back, but what'd you think about the crowd size today?
The energy seemed good. The walk was good. Once I get into the game, especially with these new quarterbacks, I'm not really watching that much. So it seemed like it was really good, especially the first half. Probably got bored in the second half, and I would too with our offense.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, guys. Thanks.